we go. We do like 5 things. Okay, we're still standing. Last thing we're gonna do standing here. Now we're gonna come, all right, you're gonna come up. You're still making that Pilates V with your feet. So your heels are touching, feet are going out to the sides. Take your hands up to the sky. Now we're gonna squat down, do that squat, gather, come back up. Now lift your heels. Now stay right here and just drop your heels down and up, down and up. With your hands reaching overhead. If it's too much with your hands overhead, put your hands on your hips. Two more. And come to a stop. Now, take your feet super wide again, right? Take your hands up overhead. And then just from here, right, we're gonna do our windmills, and then we'll lie down. You're gonna come over, bring your right hand towards your left heel. Come all the way up. One more time, you're gonna lift your heels in between, right? Drop your heels, take your left hand towards your right ankle. Come up, lift your heels, drop down. So you're just going back and forth, little windmills, working the obliques, working the calves some more as we come up and down. We're gonna do twice more each way. Last one. Let yourself come all the way down. All right, bring your feet together. Now make your way down to the mat. Sit down on your mat. Try not to use your hands as you come down to the mat. Right? So you can just lift your heels like we've been doing, right? Come all the way down. Maybe you cross your feet. Maybe you put one knee down and then the other. Now you're gonna come here. Now we're not gonna lay all the way on our back. What we're gonna do is prop ourselves up on our forearms, right? So you're gonna come into a hook line position with those toes at the top of the mat. And you're gonna lean back, come back on to your forearms. Do it like this. And then, I don't remember where we're going here. Sorry, okay, so on this first one, you're just gonna bring your legs up. So it's kind of like you're in that floating table, like we do on our back, right? Except you're up on your forearms instead. Now, you're gonna take one leg, doesn't matter which one you start with. I'm gonna start with my left because it's closer to the camera, right? You're just gonna extend that leg, hover it over the mat, hover the heel over the mat, and then bring it back in. Do the other leg. Just go back and forth here. We're gonna do 10 on each side. So when your leg comes up, your knees are right over your hips, your calves are parallel to the ground, your foot's flexed the whole time, toes are going back towards your face. Let's do 2 more. Last one on each side. And then from here, you come back to that floating table. Now let yourself push up here. Let your feet come down. Push up. Bring your belly to your thighs. Hug around your forearms. Tuck your forehead to your knees. Just release here. All right, so we're going to be in that position a lot, leaning on the forearms. So notice if it was comfortable to you. If it was uncomfortable, maybe you need to move your elbows a little bit further away from your body or a little closer in to your body. We're going to go back to that same thing, but this time we're going to try to do both legs together. All right, so we're here, back to that position. Again, if it was uncomfortable to you, try moving your elbows further in or further back away from you, right? what you're looking for is that stability where you're pressing down into your forearms. And then it's easy to lift your feet. Right now from here, try to bring your legs together. So you can make that little Pilates V again, where your heels are touching. And you're just gonna kick your legs all the way forward, right? So they're moving together. And then pull them back in. All right, so do that. Let's do it 8 times. We're gonna do 6 more here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way up. Now push up, let your feet come down. Push your belly to your thighs. Hug around your legs, take your chin to your chest, or your forehead to your knees. All right, now we're coming back. Like I said, we're gonna come back every time, well, not every time, but for a while, to that forearm plank each time. All right, so this time, what you're gonna do, you're here. You got your legs in floating table. Now, you're gonna kick one leg straight, hover it over the mat like we did before, then you're gonna bring it straight up to the sky, then drop it back down to floating table. Do that with your other leg. Kick it long, hover the heel over the mat, take it straight up till your knees are even with each other, and then just bend into the knees so you drop it right back in to floating table. So we extend, we take it straight up, we bend. We extend, take it straight up, and bend. All right, we're gonna do 2 more on each side like this. Last one. Now, let yourself push up here. We definitely want to take a little release here. Push yourself up, hug into those knees. We're going to do that one more time, but this time we're going to do it with both legs. All right, so come down to your forearms. And then from here, now you're going to come into that floating table. Make the Pilates V, right? Sometimes it makes it easier. If it feels easier to you to keep your feet separated, do that. You're kicking them both out long, so it might be a little higher, right? This for me, than you do it when you're doing one leg at a time. Bring them straight up, and then back to floating table, right? It's like you're kicking straight forward, kicking straight up, you're bending back into your knees. Kick straight forward, bring them straight up, bend back into your knees. Do it 5 more times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let your feet come down, push yourself all the way up, take your release, belly to thighs, hug around the forearms, forehead to the knees. All right, now for this next one, we're still in that same position, right? You're still down on your forearms in that floating table. Now what we're gonna do here, slightly different, right? I think we do those heel taps when we're all the way on our back, but what we're gonna do here, we're gonna really point your feet. So your toes are pointed straight ahead. Instead of flexing your feet with your toes back by your face, point your toes away from you. And then you're gonna move that one leg and just bring it forward, tap your toes to the ground. Pull it back up. All right, and then do the other one. Shift it forward, just shifting at the hip, just like when we do those heel taps. Tap your toes, pull it back. Pull your leg, tap your toes, pull it back. All right, so you're just alternating your legs right now. We're gonna do 7 more each side. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And tap. All right, now flex your feet. Let yourself come all the way down. Push forward. All right, last thing we have to do here, obviously, we have to do the double. We're going to do both legs together. So you're going to come back down to your forearms. Bring those legs to the floor table. Make sure you've got your toes pointed, right? And then you're going to move your legs at the same time. Tap. Pull them up. Tap. Pull them up. Let's do 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let your heels drop all the way down. Push through your palms. Bring your belly up to your thighs. Hug around your legs. Tuck your chin to your chest. All right. If you're feeling that in your hip flexors, I definitely am. One thing you can do here before we move on, take your legs and just bring them into a butterfly. Right, let those knees fall out, those hip flexors open a little bit more. Right now, we're not coming back to that position. We'll come back there later, but not right now. Right now, we're going to come into a hook line. Right, that's where we're here. We're sitting all the way up, and you've got your knees on the ground, or your knees on the ground, your knees up to the sky, your feet on the ground. You're going to take your arms up overhead here, right? So you're reaching up high. And then you're going to tuck your chin to your chest, lean back just about halfway. So keep your arms up high, right? And then push your belly to your thighs, look straight ahead, reach your arms all the way forward. Tuck your chin, roll back, reach them to your ears. Right, as you push forward, they go straight ahead. All right, so we're going to do that 10 more times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Let yourself come all the way up. All right, hug around your knees, tuck your chin. Now from here, we're going to come all the way down to our back. Right. Makes you all happy now. I like put it all the way down. Take your feet straight up to the sky. Right, now what we want to do here, you want to widen your feet slightly, right? So you're making a little V with your hands. Now you're going to lift your head and shoulders up off the mat, right? And all we're going to do here first, just come up and down. So your hands can come to the outside of your legs here. If it feels better, you can bring them to the inside. We're going to do that later, right? And pulse. But right now we're keeping up. We can keep them either place. And you're just going to crunch up and down. So you're letting your head and shoulders come down. Fingertips stay elevated. But then you're pushing your chin up towards the sky, reaching forward. Come back down. So do that 8 more times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now we come down. Your legs are still up overhead, right? So with that V with your legs. Now this time as you come up, everybody's going to bring their hands in the center of their legs, right? So your fingertips are reaching between your thighs. You're going to lift up, push your fingertips forward, right? You're trying to push your forehead through your knees. Come back down. We're going to do that 3 more times, just like this. 3, 2, 1. Now this time, as you come up, you're just going to come up and you're going to stay up and you're going to pulse for 10. So 10, 9. So not coming all the way down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let yourself come all the way down. Bend into your knees. Hug them in to your chest. Good, so you're still laying on your back here. All right, now from here, we're going to come back to that same position. You're going to take your feet straight up to the sky. You're gonna take your legs out wide. Your arms are gonna come overhead here, right? So this time, you're gonna lift up. Now, you don't have to reach your hands forward. You can if you want to unwrap, throw them between your legs, but you can just keep them so that your biceps stay right by your ears the whole time. That's where the work is. Come back down, right? So you lift up, and you come back down. So it's like you're trying to lift your hands up to your feet. You're not gonna get all the way up there. All right, let's do 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now take your knees, hug them into your chest. Do a little release here. All right, from here, come into a bridge position. Well, I shouldn't say bridge. We're going to lift up to bridge. Right now, we're just going to start to rest. You got your feet on the ground. You've got your knees to the sky. Head, hips, shoulders all on the ground right now. Take your feet slightly wider than you normally would. So not super wide, not at the edges of your mat, but wider than hip width, right? So your knees are a little bit further apart, right? And then you're going to take your hands, you're going to press, you can press your palms into the mat to help you out. And you're going to lift. All right, so we're going to lift our hips up. Then as you lift your hips up off the ground, touch your knees together, right? Then let them come back over your ankles, then drop your hips, right? So it's the whole sequence. We lift up, we squeeze the knees together, we open the knees back up, we drop down, right? Up, squeeze the knees together, out, drop back down. Up, squeeze the knees together, out, drop back down. Up, squeeze the knees together, out, drop back down. Let's do that 5 more times. Up, knees come together, open the knees up, drop back down. Up, knees come together, knees open up, drop back down. 3 more. Up, knees together, out, drop back down. Up, knees together, out, drop back down. Up, knees together, out, drop back down. 1 more. Up, knees together, out, drop back down. So let yourself come all the way back down onto your glutes. So you're just laying on your back here, but your knees are still up to the sky. Now, from here, you're just going to lift up, right? You're going to lift your hips up to the sky, and you're just going to pulse here, right? So not coming all the way down. Don't let them touch the ground. Just pulse up and down for 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let your hips come all the way down. You come up 1 more time like this. Now this time, as you come up, right now you're going to pulse your knees together. So you're going to keep your hips lifted, bring your knees together and apart, together and apart. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let your hips come all the way down. All right, now from here, we're gonna do the same thing, slightly different. Right now, you're gonna come up, right? Take your feet even wider apart, right? So now maybe your feet are at the edges of your mat. And then turn your toes out, right? So your feet are at a diagonal. You're still pushing your hips up to the sky. And we're gonna do that same thing again. First, right, you lift your hips, you squeeze your knees together, take your knees apart, you drop your hips. You lift your hips, squeeze your knees together, take your knees apart, drop your hips. Do 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Lift, Knees together, open, drop back down. Right now from here, we're gonna lift up. And we're gonna pulse. Now you're gonna press your knees are gonna stay apart, and then pulse again like we did the other one. Still got those heels turned out, but we're pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let your hips come all the way down for a breath. Now you're gonna lift your hips up here. As you lift your hips up, now, right, you're gonna bring your knees all the way together. And then with your knees together, I want you to pulse. 10, your hips up and down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your knees back apart. We'll let your hips rest for a second. This next part here, now we're gonna lift the hips up. As we lift our hips up, they're gonna stay up. You're gonna pulse your knees together and open, right? Not really pulse, we're just gonna do it 10 times, but you're keeping your hips up the whole time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let your hips come all the way down. All right, now take your knees, hug them into your chest, rock from side to side. Give yourself that little spinal massage, right? You should have felt that in the glutes, in the booty. All right, now from here, we're gonna come first just into a regular waterfall, right? Take your legs up to the sky. Now you're gonna bend into your left knee. Drop your left foot to the ground, right? So you like this. Now, the further away from your body you bring your left foot, the harder this is, right? Some people, not me, can do it with their left heel on the ground. What you're trying to do here, you're gonna press into your left foot and you're gonna lift your hips up off the ground, right? So if I could lift my left heel, lift my hips up, I've seen people do it, but I try it, my body goes, no, right? So I keep my foot on the ground. The closer you bring that foot in, the easier it is. If I have my foot right against my glute and I push into it, easy enough to lift my hips, right? So find the place where it challenges you. It's not easy, but it's not impossible to do, right? Some of you might have to bring your heel all the way out before it feels like a challenge, right? Some of you it's a challenge enough if your heel's right next to your glute, all right? So we're gonna lift up and down here, pressing against that left foot, lifting your hips up so it's like you're kicking your right foot to the sky, and then let your hips come back down. So that 10 more times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now bend into your right knee, drop your right foot to the ground. And again, same thing here, right? We're gonna do this with the right leg. Maybe you extend your right leg longer, right? Your left foot's up to the sky, and now mine's pretty far away. I can still do it. I can lift up here, right? Flex your left foot. So it's like your left foot's trying to kick up to the sky. We're just lifting up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let yourself come all the way down. Bend into that left foot, put the left foot back on the ground. So now you're just back here in this constructive rest position. All right, now from here, you're gonna take your feet up. We're gonna do our eagle crunches. So we've done these before, but it's been a while, right? So you've got your feet straight up to the sky. We're gonna start with the right side first. So you're gonna cross your legs, bring your right leg, bring your right knee on top of your left, right? And then you're gonna bend into your knees. Now, you could just be here, right? You could do this whole thing here. If you can, maybe you can tuck those right toes around your left calf, and it was like this, right? You're in those true eagle legs, right? Where you just press that right foot to the side of the left foot, right? You have to let your feet come apart, let them come apart. So once you're there, now you're gonna take your hands, bring them up. You're gonna cross the elbows. So you've got that right arm or left arm in front of the right. Your right arm and your right leg are gonna be the closest things to each other. You could just grab opposite shoulders here. You could get back of palm to back of palm, or you can wrap all the way up, bring it palm to palm, right? Now what we're gonna do from here, obviously, you lift your head and shoulders up off the mat, you pull your knees toward you, bring your right elbow to your right knee, and come back down. So we're gonna do this 15 times, right? So 14 more. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let everything relax down. Unwrap. Take it back down to the mat. Extend your legs long here. We're going to do the other side in a second here, but point your toes like this. You have the tip of a pencil. And then reach your hands back behind you. Just let your whole body open up. Let your arms relax to your sides. Now we're going to do that on the other side, right? So you're taking your feet straight up. This time you're going to bring your left leg on top of the right. So maybe you can curl up where you get those left toes to hook behind the right calf. I can do it easier on this side, right? Maybe you're just pressing the side of that left foot into the right calf. Maybe your feet are separated. Take your arms up to the sky. This time, right arm comes closer to your body, left arm comes further away from your body. So your left knee and your left elbow are the closest things to each other, right? And then you're wrapping up, maybe palm to palm, maybe just grabbing opposite shoulders, maybe back to palm, wherever your body is comfortable, right? You're ready. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Bring your left elbow and left knee together. So your head and shoulders are coming up, your knees are coming in, and then come back down. Let your knees go further away. Let your head and shoulders come down. So we're doing 14 more times. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let everything relax down again. Take that full body stretch again. One more time. All right. Now from here, we're going to come back into waterfall. So it means you're laying on the ground, put your feet up to the sky. Now here, right, we're just going to take our fingertips, we're going to reach them forward. You're just going to lift your head and shoulders up, pushing your fingertips forward, right, head towards the sky. Flex your feet are going to stay still. There's a little crunch, basically. Lift up, you reach forward, you come back down. We're going to do that 10 times, all right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let yourself relax back down. Keep your feet up to the sky. Stay in that waterfall. We're going to keep moving from there. All right, now this time we're going to come up. Now we're going to do the same thing that we just did, but we're going to pulse, right? So you lift your head and shoulders, fingertips reaching forward. Don't let yourself come all the way down. Just pulse for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let yourself rest all the way down. All right, so now from here, what we're going to do, you're going to take your arms overhead, right? So you're pressing your palms together. So you're like squeezing your ears with your biceps. Now take your left foot, drop it down to the mat. You're going to lift your head and shoulders. So your left heel is just hovering the mat. You're going to lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Take your hands, reach them outside your right leg. So your palms are still together. Come back down with your arms overhead, switch out your legs. And then lift up, go to the other side. Back down. Right, so we're just switching our sides. As you come back down, your legs come to waterfall. As you come up, one leg hovers the mat, your hands go to the outside of the up leg. All right, we're going to do that 8 more times on each side. 8, 7, no, 8, 7, 7, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. Last one on each side. 1 and 1. Now let yourself relax back down. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. All right, now from here, you're going to bring your legs straight up to the sky again, right? So we're right here. Now you're going to take your fingertips behind your head, let your elbows go out to the side. Now this is a simple move, right? Later we're going to make it more complicated, but right now we're just going to pulse this, or we're going to come up and down, I should say pulse. We're going to come up and down 15 times, right? So your elbows are out to the sides. Keep your elbows as wide as you can. Don't pull your elbows together here. And just lift your head and shoulders up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, now, last thing we're going to do on our back. You're going to keep your fingertips where they are behind your neck with your elbows out to the sides. Take your legs, you're going to butterfly them, bring the soles of your feet together, and let your knees go out to the sides, but your feet are still elevated, right? And we're going to lift up and down here. We're going to do this for 20, right? So lift up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now keep your feet in this position, keep your arms in this position. Here, we're just going to lift the head and shoulders up. We're going to pulse up and down for 10. So you're coming about halfway up. You're not letting yourself go all the way down. Ready? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now come all the way down. Take your knees, hug them in to your chest. Take your hands to the crease of your knees. Let's rock up. All right, from here we're going to come around. Come in to your tabletop. Stuff all over here. All right, I'm going to come sideways because I want to stay with my hands on the mat. So I'm here on my patio instead of on my nice hardwood floor, right? So we're here. Now we're going to do a little bit of plank work here. So what you're going to do, you're going to come down. You're going to come onto your forearms, right? So you're going to drop one forearm down, drop the other forearm down. Now, you can stay on your knees if you want to, or you can come to full forearm plank. If you stay on your knees, you got to move your knees further back. So you're dropping your hips down, keeping that nice flat back. So I'm in forearm plank on my knees. It looks like this. My knees are way back behind my hips are low. My shoulders are still right over my wrists. If I come up onto my toes, it looks like this, right? Now what we're going to do here first, you're going to take both heels, drop them to the left. So your right hip flips up as your left hip lowers, right? If you did this on your knees, you're just sweeping your feet over to the left. So your right hip lifts up and your left hip lowers, all right? And then you're going to go the other way. Drop your heels to the right, let your left hip flip up. Or your feet to the right, so letting your left hip flip up. So just go back and forth a few times here. Going one way, going the other way. One way and the other way. We're going to do it 3 more times each way. Last one. And then come back to center. Now everybody's going to drop to their knees. Let yourself shift back here for a moment. Let your arms come out long. Come into a child's pose. We're gonna go back and do that again. But we're gonna add on this time. All right, so when you're ready, bring it back into your tabletop, draw up to your forearms, and then you're taking it either to your modified forearm plank, moving your knees back, or you're stepping all the way back out to your toes. Now this time, you're gonna drop your heels or your feet to the left. Take your right arm, lift it up to the sky. Right, so your right hip flipped all the way up. Then drop it back down into your modified plank or your full plank. Drop your heels or your feet to the right. Take your left arm up to the sky. Back around. So we're doing that 3 more times each side. To the right, back down. To the left, back down. To the right, and down. To the left, and down. One more time. To the right, and down. To the left, and down. Now drop your knees. Let yourself shift back into child's pose. Now come back up here into tabletop. All right, as we come up to tabletop, now you're gonna come into a full plank. So you're gonna stay on your palms, and either you're walking those knees back, flattening your back, so you're here just in a regular modified plank, or lift your knees up off the mat, come to a full plank. Then what you're gonna do here, you're gonna try to keep your hips square to the ground. Take your right hand, just tap your left shoulder. Drop that right hand down, take your left hand, tap your right shoulder, right? So you're trying not to flip your hips here. You're trying to keep your hips pointed towards the ground. We're gonna do 10 more on each side. 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Now drop your knees. Let yourself shift all the way back. All right, last thing we're gonna do here in our plank. All right, you're gonna come into your plank, right? And then from your plank, start to walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're lifting your hips. Walk your hands back all the way to your feet. And then if you want to here, you can come up, take your arms overhead, right? Bring your hands together, pull them down. So you're just coming straight up and down, walk it back out to plank. All right, we're gonna do that 5 more times. So you walk your hands back to your feet. Come all the way up, come all the way down. Walk your hands out to your feet. Rock your hands out to plank. Hold that for a breath. Walk your hands back to your feet. Come all the way up. Come all the way down. 3 more. Walk it out. Walk it back in. Come all the way up. Come all the way down. 2 more. Walk it all the way out. Walk it all the way back in. Come all the way up. Come all the way down. Last one. Walk it all the way out. Walk it all the way back in. Come all the way up. Come all the way down. Walk it back out to plank. Last time. And once you're back out to plank, you can drop to your knees and shift it into your child's pose. All right, now we're gonna come here around into our tabletop. Onto our back. So you're gonna come to your tabletop, you're gonna drop your hips, let yourself flip over, come to your back. Now we're gonna do one last thing here, and then we're gonna turn it into a little stretch. All right, so you're gonna lie on your back. Take your right knee, hug it into your chest. Keep that left leg just nice and extended. Hug your knee into your chest, and then take your right leg, kick it up to the sky. Flex your foot like you're gonna step on the ceiling. Now, grab behind your right leg somewhere. Right, we're just gonna do this 5 times. You're gonna basically walk up your leg, right? We call this climbing the mountain. So you're walking hand over hand, just walking yourself up as high up your right leg as you can. So your head and shoulders come up off the mat. It's like you're trying to bring your nose in to your right knee, your knee into your right nose, and then walk back down. All right, so do that 4 more times. Walk it all the way up. You should feel it in your core. Keep that left foot pressing into the mat, left foot, left thigh bone. So you're really getting into your core. 3 more times. Walk all the way up. Take it all the way back down. Walk it all the way up. Take it all the way back down. Last one, walk it all the way up. And then take it all the way back down. All right, now you're just gonna take that leg, really flex the foot, push the heel towards the sky. Keep your head and shoulders down, just pull the leg towards you. So now you start to feel it as a stretch in your right hamstring. Hold that stretch. 3 more breaths. All right, now take your left hand outside your right knee. Take your right arm out long. Right? So your right arm just reaching straight out of your shoulder blade. You're eventually gonna look over your right shoulder. Right now, just take your left hand, press into that right knee, outside of the right knee, and bring it all the way over to the left. Keep your right shoulder anchored. Maybe get that left foot to the ground. Right foot to the ground, maybe not. Keep that right shoulder anchored. And keep looking over your right shoulder. Just hold here, 5 breaths. Now bring them back up. Take your hand to the inside of your right knee, your left hand, and pull it back up. Hug that right knee back into your chest for a breath, and let's switch out. Do that on the other side. So take your right leg all the way long. Your right heel is going to press to the ground. That right thigh bone is going to press to the ground. So you keep that right leg engaged. Take your left leg up to the sky, and then grab low around your left leg. We're going to climb the mountain 5 times here. All right, so you're climbing up, hand over hand, letting your head and shoulders lift as you pull that left leg closer to your body. And then walk it back down. Do it 4 more times. Climb the mountain. Walk it back down. 3 more times. Climb up. Walk back down. Twice more. Walk up. Walk back down. Last one. Walk it all the way up. And then walk it all the way back down. As we come back down here, now you're going to take your left arm out long, right, straight out of your shoulder blade, right hand to the outside of your left knee. Just pull that left knee across to the right side of your body. I forgot to let you guys stretch out there. We'll do that when we come back up. Now we're just getting this stretch. You should feel this in your left glute. Your left foot gets to the ground, but maybe not. Looking over your left shoulder. 3 more breaths here. Then from there, bring your right hand to the inside of your left knee. Push it all the way back up. Now you're just going to reach as high as you can on your left leg without letting your head and shoulders come up off the mat. Really flex into your left foot, push your heel towards the sky. And pull that left leg back towards you. Just getting that nice stretch this time in your left hamstring. Now bend your left knee. hug it into your chest for a breath. And then from there, let that left leg go out all the way long, right? So both legs are extended, right? Again, just take that full body stretch here. You point your toes like the tip of a pencil, reach your fingertips up overhead, lengthen everything out. Right, and then we're gonna relax here. We're gonna do our banana stretch. You're gonna walk your feet over to the left, right? Maybe it feels okay, you can lift your right ankle up and hook your right ankle over your right heel over your left ankle. Then you're gonna walk your arms over to the left. So your right arm's coming around back behind your head. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. So everything's curving to the left. That's why we call this banana stretch. So curving everything to the left in the shape of a banana. And you feel that deep opening in your right side body. So your right hip doesn't lift, your right hip pressing into the mat, your right shoulder's pressing into the mat. From there, release it, walk it all back to center, and then let's take that the other way. So now you're going to walk both feet over to the right, and you pick your left foot up, hook your left heel over your right ankle, and then walk your hands to the right, bringing that left hand back behind your head. We're going to hold your left wrist to the right hand and pull it over. Keep your left hip down, keep your left shoulder down, let that left side body open. Release, come back to center. All right, let's finish off with our legs up the wall or waterfall. If you have wall space, bring your hips up against the wall and then bring one hip or the other up against the wall and then flip around so that your legs come straight up the wall, resting on the wall. If you don't have any wall space, then you're just like me, taking those feet straight up overhead, flexing your feet, make sure your head, shoulders, everything relaxes. Let this feel good, right? We've been in this position a lot today. We did a lot of work on our back with this waterfall. This is not supposed to be work. This is supposed to feel good. It is a Pilates pose because it sends the blood from your feet where it feels, it takes it back to your head and heart where you need it more. It's good for us, right? But it's also very relaxing. If you need to, you can always grab behind your legs, give a little bit of support that way, right? But try not to engage your upper body too much. Just let everything feel heavy. Then when you're ready to come out of this, right, you don't have to come out of it right now. You can stay as long as you want, but if you're ready to come out of it, if you're on the wall, just put your feet on the wall and then roll to one side or the other, so you're in that fetal position. If you're just on your mat, bend your knees, scrape your knees along your face and body, and drop your feet back down to the mat. Then you can roll to your side and push up. All right. Come up here now. So I can to unmute you all. All right. So that was our Pilates for today. You guys were all good. There you all are. Okay. I can see anybody. All right. So I will see you all next week at this time. Right. Let me know. Could you ever hear us, Marilee?
Yes, I finally heard you.
Okay, good. Good. All right. Maybe you're just watching me. Maybe it's hard. All right, but I'll see you guys all next Monday at this time. We'll do some more Pilates. I'll give you any more news then if I have it.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So you guys all have the rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Paula.
Thank you.